So yeah, here we are. So the reason I wanted to do this episode is because I'm sure all of you that are listening remember that I did an episode with Dana where she did a reading for me and everything. Or we talked about the reading that...
It was post-reading.
It was post-reading,
conversation.
Yes. And I know, it actually is comfy. Yeah. After that experience, I really wanted to have you, Nick, get a reading from Dana because I thought obviously you were very good at what you do. And I can't read for Nick, even though I want to, because I'm too biased. Like, I think we've talked about that, how, like, it's so hard reading for people who you know really well, because, like, even regardless of what the cards say, like, there's no way to separate you, like, having, like, a dog in the fight with, like, what you're trying, like, it's very hard to get things across in an objective way, you know? So that's why I really wanted to have this conversation and everything. Because, Nick, you've never had a reading, correct?
I have not. I've had conversations. I know you and obviously your friend Heidi are really interested in it, but it's nothing I've ever done. It's nothing I've ever sought out. It's not anything I've ever had a problem with. The most direct one-on-one experience I've had with tarot, other than looking at a couple decks, is there was, I think it's Wes Craven, what was it, the people under the stairs? Children under the stairs.
Just scare me.
Yeah.
I even saw it in the preview, like haunted my childhood dreams.
But I just remember the iconography of tarot is pretty upfront and present, and I like the iconography appeals to me.
Yeah.
But I have opinions again, and my general feeling is this: I see it as a way of forcing reflection and kind of guiding reflection. Brendan turned me on to something he does periodically, which is just, daily, just pulling a random card, and it kind of gives you something to think about. And I think there's some value in that, certainly. I don't think people reflect enough. And one of the things that you said in your conversation together was that interpretations, which I think was a good word for it, can be influenced even by the artwork on the deck, which says to me that it's how we are reading things and reflecting on things that are influencing what is said, or
what the deck is saying. The cards are saying.
The cards are suggesting something, but because it's not, it's like when I make fun of dowsing. I'm not making fun of the tarot thing, but I make fun of dowsing because it's like, well, there's no like meter, there's no gauge to like set it for water versus gold, so how
versus ferrous metals.
Right. So like I could imagine a universe in which two wood ash sticks would be able to like pick up water through some mechanism, but then like there's no dial to like, then we need to find gold now because our thirst is quenched, but our greed knows no bounds. So so the cards aren't, they're saying something. But if the artwork can influence that, it's really how we are reading the cards.
Yeah, because I think you could go to 10 different readers and get 10 entirely different readings. Like, so much of it is how you learned and what intuition you use and the artwork and even how the cards are playing with each other. Like, that makes a big difference too. So yeah, I do think...
And you were also very clear in the conversation that you don't see this as being divination or something like that. If it were, you would anticipate that 10 different readers would give you 10 very similar things. And I think they could vary wildly. Maybe I'm wrong, but...
No, well, I tell everybody before reading, I'm not a psychic.
Yeah.
And I think some readers are, and kind of use the cards for that. Which is a whole different machine, but
it is. Yeah, that's a good way. That's a good way of saying it. Like, the mechanism for that is the cards.
The cards are the hammer.
Yes, it's an implement. It's a tool. It's a tool. Thank you. Yes.
I don't believe in psychics as it is, but if I did, I would see that as being, this is a person that has a skill like a carpenter has, and then these instruments are just that. They're tools that they're utilizing to hone that skill, to exercise those skills. Yeah,
your interpretation is more like it's an academic knowledge that you're pulling from versus, like you're saying, something a psychic would be utilizing, I think.
Yeah, I mean, I definitely initially came at it from a purely academic, Englishy.
Yeah.
I'm gonna read this like some literature.
Yeah,
Right.
exactly.
But I've had enough stuff
Shuffleable
happen.
Mad Libs.
Then it gets weird. Exactly.
It gets weird. And I can't explain that. Because
Yeah.
like stuff will... Like I read for a mother and a daughter the other day, and they both... 3-card reading, entirely different readings, but they both started with the exact same card. Because they were both dealing with the same situation, but in totally different ways. It was a different deck.
Yeah.
Like, it wasn't even from the same deck. Like, it was... So stuff like that is just like...
That's
I don't know what to do with that.
Yeah, I mean, that's why I still keep tarot in like the realm of spooky outside of just like the aesthetics, because like I think there is something more happening on occasion. I don't know what that is,
Yeah.
but there's something weird.
Is there a standardized again? Wes Craven movies. I'm pretty sure it was a Wes Craven.
Yeah, I think you're right. Yeah.
thing, but is the only real knowledge I have, and so that's very questionable. Is there a standard number of cards what appear in a deck, or are there variations?
It's standard. It's 78.
Okay.
But in a Oracle... Now, there's Oracle decks. They can be however many. But that's
So-
a whole different thing.
Yeah, so then it's okay. So you can say like the first card, like, well, that's a 1 in 78 chance, blah 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 blah.
Right.
But just because there's so many cards, every time you put another card down, like you could, I guess, get really Englishly here. There's the poems, the Simile Malone. You could have an infinite number. Like you could be born
That's why
pulling this deck and never come across all of the possible variations that are in there.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
And that's one of those mathy things. It's
Yeah, no, we talked about that in our
It's 11.
episode. The thing that freaked me out the most, still freaks me out the most on the tarot, is when you get like those really statistically anomalous corresponding pulls, where like you and a friend are like, hey, let's pull on something, and you pull 2 cards, and they pull the exact same 2 cards. Statistically, that is astronomically improbable.
Yeah.
So like, not saying that's
not
always-
impossible.
Not impossible, but it's improbable.
Right.
So again, it's one of those things. We're not saying that is 100% paranormal, but something weird seems to be happening. And I almost think, regardless of what it is, I think we talked about this with me and the King of Pentacles, where I'm like, even if
I'm sorry.
Yeah.
It makes it sound like the king came by.
The king came by,
What
yes.
king?
Again.
Oh, yeah, the king of Pentacles.
Yeah,
She was just loitering.
And we were just hanging out, eating toast, and
but like you pull it enough times from enough different decks in similar situations where it's just like like even if that is just my brain somehow knowing where that card is in the deck, or the edge of the card feels just differently enough that my subconscious is able to pick it out, that's still pretty
your
incredible.
sleight of handing
No,
yourself.
but I think that's what may be happening on some occasions.
No, but I pulled it for you the other
Yeah,
day.
exactly. Yeah, then you pull from it. It's like, well, shit. Like, I can't
But he
argue with
could
that.
just represent you. Like, now,
Yeah.
normally you would explain that as if you keep getting the same card, that's representative of you in the deck.
Right. Yeah.
You know.
Yeah. So there's a lot of ways. So there's a lot that's going on and a lot happening, and I think you're right, Nick. Like that's how I deal with it a lot. Is I look at it as a tool for reflection,
Yeah.
where I'll either pull vibe cards or like ask specific questions. But again, aren't so much asking to predict the future, but it's just like, am I thinking about this situation the right way? Is there another way I should be viewing something? Is there a path I'm not seeing? It's a lot of those kind of questions.
Well, it forces your mind into dialectic. If you're coming to it with like, I'm going through this right now, and when we are in something, when we're in the midst of something, especially, I imagine that a lot of people come to you because they're trying to sort something out.
Yes.
Right? It's that, or it's just a purely game sort of thing.
Yeah.
Coming in for an experience
Yes.
sort of thing. The novelty in that. But when we are in those moments where we're trying to figure something out, we tend to be very tunnel vision. And so I could see
Yes,
this as being
absolutely.
like a way, again, like I said, it gives you something to focus on reflectively. And if you're in the midst of trying to
That's a
sort
good
things
point.
out, it might be one of those things that helps you look around the corner
Right.
instead of down the same hallway.
Because a lot of times you think, oh, I am thinking of all my options, and like you don't realize where
Right.
your blind spots are, even if you're trying to be self.
They wouldn't be blind spots if
Right,
you were
exactly.
aware.
So that's why it's good to have an outside, almost objective source, be like, here's what the cards say you're not paying attention to.
And to have somebody
And
that's
like-
you're bouncing off of,
Right.
or if you're by yourself, again,
Mhm.
that card is forcing you, or if you're being honest with
Mhm.
yourself, it's
And you might not even recognize what it's saying at the time. Like that's like, how often does that happen, Dan? Where you like pull a card and you go, I don't know what the heck that's talking about. Then later that evening you're like, oh geez, like I hadn't thought about it. It's not because it was predicting the future, but your brain needed to just kind of mill over it to see what it was
getting at.
what it was getting
Yeah.
at, you know. So that's kind of what again I was hoping to do today. Is Nick, if you had a few questions for Dana, like 1 or 2 or 3 or whatever, just kind of like directional questions about things you're either working on, because you have all of your music work and everything. You have, like you have the books and everything. You have all of your, it's like things in your life that you're working on and building towards and everything.
yeah.
Again, we don't need to get like too existential or personal, but this is a good opportunity to get some feedback on some of those things. So like I think something around like your music, because like again you go in so many different directions with your music. Maybe a question to the cards about like that direction.
What question have you thought of for me that you would want?
So like
You interested in?
Wait, maybe
Yeah.
maybe Nick has a question.
No. I was like, I wish I had some time to think about that more.
Well,
I do have questions. I suppose.
good,
I'm just trying to think of the best way to word it.
Well, and I can help you work. I think a lot of people come in not
Yeah.
knowing, or even hesitant to come in because they don't have a perfectly framed
Well,
question, but I can.
I'll be Dantean about it and say like I'm in the middle of the woods, right?
Okay.
What is? I'm trying to think of all the different translations of the beginning, where it's like in the middle of a life, I found myself in the dark woods,
Yeah.
and trying to find an avenue. I guess I'm at a point where I feel like I am kind of moving towards something that seems inevitable, that I am only fighting, or I'm only just kind of following the current. I'm not swimming along with the current. I'm just letting the current carry me
You just go through the
because
motions.
I'm going through motions because I don't want to. If you swim against the current, you'll wear yourself out, you'll exhaust yourself, you'll go under. If you thrash around, you're going to disturb everything else, everything and everyone else. If I go with the current, I feel like the current's pulling me a certain way. I don't know if I should take the initiative and swim with the current. Is that too vague?
No, I think it's a control.
Yeah.
I think it's almost like a control thing where it sounds like a question about like, should I be doing more or letting go of some of those things and just going with things.
Yeah, that's not a way I put it. That's not a bad way of putting it,
Yeah.
I suppose. There are things that I've only started to give word to in my head recently.
Right.
This sounds extremely vague.
No,
Yeah.
no. Because what I would do, I would say we could do like a situation, advice, outcome spread, which is also very vague and simple. But
Cool.
it could be like, this is the situation you're in,
Yes.
right? This is the advice, and the outcome's going to be if you follow that advice. If you do not like the outcome, do not follow the advice.
No, which I think those kind of 3-card spreads are great because like I said, there's times where you'll pull a card and you're like, this doesn't seem to have anything to do with what I'm talking about.
Yeah.
But then you really think about it, you're like, oh, I hadn't thought of that angle of it kind of thing. So
Yeah.
yeah.
Yeah, so I have that, and I guess since you're putting it out on me, I guess there would be a music question as well.
Yeah, I just think music is something that is like so important to you, and you're always doing so much. Like it would be interesting.
Really gotta calm down sometimes.
I know. Is it like, are you putting your energy where in the right places? I guess with all that music.
That is something I have wondered.
Yeah.
Like I do feel like so much is like feeling hands of time. Now again, it's foolish to think that any of us are any closer to a finish line than the next person, but there's been a couple times where I picked things up recently and I'm like, do I really want to dedicate the time to learn yet another thing? Like,
Yeah.
of course I want to,
Yeah.
Right.
but I'm realizing that right here, right now, I can't do everything that I want to. I
Right.
can't learn everything that I want
Right.
to. Somewhere else in this moment, I know,
But so that could be an interesting line of question because who knows what that'll
yeah,
say.
there's a cultural component to that
Yeah.
as well, I think.
So
Well, where do you want to start?
Well, let's start with the first one. I'm at a crossroads where I feel like the current is pulling me one place, and I'm not fighting against the current. I feel like up to this point, I've just let the current carry me, but I have thought at times, do I need to swim with the current?
Okay. All right. So I did like an oracle card when I did Brendan's, and that kind of like sets the tone of the whole reading.
Okay.
So I was going to give you the option since this is your first.
'Cause I'm going to put myself in your capable hands. Because I don't know what that means.
Okay, so they're just a bunch of cards that have it's not like the system and the rules of tarot. It's kind of
Okay.
just like it'll tell you exactly what it means, and you don't have to really interpret it too much, but it kind of will just set the tone.
like mine was very on the nose given the question.
Right.
I was asking about ancestral stuff and you pulled the ancestors. And it was like, oh.
It was very on the
Yeah.
nose.
Yeah.
Okay.
So
Alrighty. Emotional awakening, intuition and following your heart. So that's, that feels a little on the
Is
nose.
it
I like the art on that.
Is it against the rules to look at, like, just out of curiosity what the other cards
No.
are? Not that I would, because I feel like this is on the nose, but I'm just kind of really curious.
Yeah, go ahead.
See if any other ones jump out to you.
Well, it's more like, see, like, well, is this one of those things where, like, oh, these could all be applicable?
Well, that's one of the things is like there are times where things hit differently.
I would agree. I looking at just a few of these other ones, I would agree. Like, success, blessings, positivity. That doesn't sound like me.
No, but it also doesn't.
I'm not listening.
But it also doesn't sound like the question where
Thank
this
you.
question, this oracle card has something to do with movement, which is in line with the question.
Well, and you may remember there was a year ago I wrote a letter that I sent to some people at the event of something that had happened. And I think I described it as a wonderfully awful experience.
Yes. Yep.
You know, and because it was like I'm not a particularly emotional person. I have emotional plot points
Yeah.
that
But
they
that's
tend
what-
to scatter around suspicion.
Ah, yeah,
So-
yeah.
So as a result, whenever Nick does get emotional, everyone's very happy.
I thought it worried people.
No,
I
it's
feel like
would
so
you
much of
people suspicious
Yeah.
or
Yeah.
I feel like so much of what I do worries people.
I mean, not wrong, but not in a bad way. It's just because people are just concerned, you know. But yeah, no, I think that oracle card makes a lot of sense given the question.
I think it does too.
Yeah.
I do want to say that to your earlier point, I think with tarot decks and with oracle decks, but with tarot decks in particular, they're designed to represent like the human experience. So you're bound to get a card that you relate to. Like
Yes.
it's kind of impossible not to. So like you're right.
But that's why when you have like things that seem to stack up that are pointing towards the same thing, or if you have relationships with the cards, like we've talked about you with strength and everything. Like if you pull a strength card, you interpret it very differently than like I do.
I feel like
or
my
other
face
people.
just went like.
Right, you're like, yeah, and that's again how I think my thing with the wheel. Like I get the wheel, and I'm just like, fuck, you know, like it's just different. So like, yeah, but I don't think it's like horoscope. I can't say that word. Horoscopes.
Horoscope.
Horoscopes. Horror.
We'll just spend 10
What?
minutes saying it. Like,
Whatever things in the newspaper, where it's like you read those and
Yes,
it's like oh,
horoscopes.
if you're an Aries, it's like.
Right.
You could read any of those and they sound vaguely. It's like fortune cookies.
That's kind
Yeah.
of one of the reasons why I wanted to see the other ones.
Yeah.
Because again, sure, you could stretch, but there's some things that are definitely more apropos to the moment or more apropos to the question that was
Right.
kind of poised.
Right.
yeah.
And I think
no,
this
you're right.
qualifies for
Yeah.
sure.
Yeah.
And that's kind of why I was like,
Yeah. But like again,
Yeah,
to me,
so
like
close.
I look at that card versus your question, and like if I was doing a reading for him, every card I pulled, I would look at like the idea of like momentum in those cards that's based
Well,
on
the question was all
that.
movement.
Right, exactly. But that's the lens I would use rather than like a directional question or like a yes/no.
Right.
Because those are very different. So.
That's interesting. Because I kind of wait and see what the cards are doing.
I know,
see
but that's like
Yeah.
but that's again. That's also
We don't
why
have
you're
to wait.
Yeah, that's also why you're the professional. And I'm not.
We're not even going to do the reading. It's not.
We're just gonna dive the fact. What could it be though?
Exactly. Yeah. That's again. That's why I'm not good at that. But
Okay. We can use any one of these decks. Which one are you feeling?
Well, I guess it would be between these two because they're both a very kind of Edwardian, and I kind of like that vibe. I think this looks like the most classical. This looks like really nice wallpaper, and I mean that lovingly.
Oh, it's the wallpaper deck. How
Yeah,
did
the
you
wallpaper. Just knew it.
Yeah.
I'll go with the center one.
This one? Okay.
Yeah, I kind of said like I'm in the middle of things, so
There you go.
There you
go
go.
with the deck that's in the middle.
stuck in the middle.
Yeah, there needs to
So
be
it's-
more songs making fun of Bob Dylan.
Yeah.
So it's actually a Baroque deck, which is interesting.
Ah.
So
It is Sunday Baroque on.
Yeah.
No, I don't know if anyone else. has-
WYEP.
Yeah, or WES, not WES. No, WQED. WQED. Yeah.
this deck is mean to me. So we'll see.
Mean how?
It's not.
It's like
very,
got some gold leafing on the side. Is it heavy?
It's heavy. I can't do like a fun shuffle with it because it's too thick. So we're
Well,
doing a
I was
shuffle.
looking at just the sheer size of them. I'm like, you
Some-
couldn't
yeah.
Charlier those or anything.
No,
I use them
unless
to
you're,
cut vegetables.
unless you're Shaquille O'Neal.
Yeah, right.
The rest of us.
So that's one of the few things I could do with card flourishing is I could Charlier with
Oh,
my
really?
hands.
See, I
Yeah.
can't. I don't have that.
You'd start with a whisk deck because they're a little smaller.
That's a good point.
Use a thumb drop and.
Okay. Which pile do you feel drawn towards?
I like this one. I thought I was going to say the center,
That's what I thought
but
you were
this
gonna
one kind of looks disheveled, and I represent that.
Relate to that too. Okay, so this will be the situation, the advice, and the outcome.
Okay.
All right.
Am I wrong in saying this? You said this was your favorite card?
No.
No,
No.
there was the lady. I thought she had swords.
Oh, I like the Queen of Wands.
Queen of Wands.
Mhm.
Wands.
She's my yeah.
Okay.
No, this is the anxiety card, so that's I don't. She's not my favorite.
Situation is anxious. Yes.
But I get her a lot.
Yeah. This is an interesting poll.
Okay, so right off the bat, 2 out of the 3 cards are swords, which tend to be its thoughts, ideas, things like that, but all the swords in the tarot are double-sided, so it can also be like the stabby kind of thoughts.
Sure.
So anxiety, stress, these are a little stressy, but I'm gonna start over here, not flip her over so you can see her. Okay, so 9 of Swords for your situation is this, it's kind of like this, it's keeping you up at night, like that kind of stress.
Yes.
And it's very, very dark. So it's this idea that like, okay, things look way worse at night, right? Like if you kind of wait until the clarity of the sun, like you can kind of see some things in daylight, but not that things aren't bad, but it's not as bad as your brain may be making you think it is. Like, cause it's when you're already amped up about something and you just keep amping yourself up more. And you can chime in. I mean, it doesn't have to be
I would feel like, again, just based on things that you said, definitely have lost sleep.
Okay.
Night is the time when I feel more hopeful for whatever reason, because night is when I practice out a lot of conversations. So I do that a lot where I anticipate conversations and I try to walk through those. And so I lose sleep because my mind keeps running on that.
Yeah.
But it's always running through one of a few different scenarios and how I speak in that moment. I like to think that I'm generally fairly well spoken, but there have been some occasions where I'm like, well, I sound like such a raging dum-dum, and I feel like it's because those are when I find myself in situations that I haven't prepared to have a certain conversation.
Ow. So do you feel pressure to be up and preparing?
No.
Okay.
I feel like that's just instinct.
Okay.
To be doing that sort of thing, I feel would be like asking the squirrel if hiding away, storehousing food is making them anxious. It just feels like, well, that's just what one does. So
that's actually a more positive interpretation of that card than I usually have. I usually see Dinosaurs as like rumination.
It's so weird because it's all like
You know.
experiential, right?
It is,
You
yeah,
know that
it
thing
is.
where they say like pull a card a day and journal, and then you make this relationship
Yeah.
with the card. It's like
Yeah.
that's how this one is for me. Like it's like, okay, this is how this has turned up in my experience.
Yeah, right.
Yeah.
Right.
But how you think of it as rumination?
I think it was like a rumination type thing where I like how you actually mentioned about like the darkness versus the light.
Yeah.
I've never heard that in that particular way of looking at it, but I've always thought of it as things are worse because you're like thinking about them over and over and
Yeah.
over again.
Yes.
It's not a accurate reflection of reality
Yeah.
or the situation.
Yeah.
Even.
I'm trying to remember who said it, but somebody pretty smart said something like, the problem with happiness is the moment you start to consider it, it starts to kind of go away.
Yeah.
Right. Yeah. That's a very
That's so true.
intellectual card, but not necessarily the right kind of intellectual. So, yeah, at least in my experience. But I like your way of looking at that card, honestly.
It's a stressy card.
Yeah.
Like.
Yeah.
Okay. What's interesting because. See, now you got me thinking because you were talking about motion earlier. Nobody's moving.
No,
In
it's
any of
it's
these
not.
cards,
Yeah, it's
nobody's moving.
Not. Yeah. No, it's not.
Everyone's pondering.
Right.
In some
Yeah.
way or.
That's what I was going to say. We need a clarifier at the end.
Yeah.
Yeah, unfortunately. But
I know.
we'll
Well,
see.
maybe we don't. Let's.
Maybe we don't. Let's see. Let's see
Okay.
what goes.
For the advice, so threes are expansion and growth. And, you know, with the ones, it's like things that you're passionate about, things that get you fiery. So I think you may want to consider, like, taking some action. Like, it's a very action-oriented card, even though this person's not moving. They're kind of just, they've set things into motion, and now they're waiting to see what comes back.
I like the art on that one.
Yeah, I was trying to
Yeah.
determine whether it was waves or more mountains. This from a distance.
Depends on if you're.
Mountains are obstacles.
Depends. Yeah, I guess waves versus mountains depends on if you're a fish or if you're a goat.
And waves are like kind of like emotional
Yeah.
turmoil.
Yeah.
Sure.
Yeah.
And anytime you see water in the turmoil, it's emotion. So,
Mhm.
so, yeah. I mean, it's like, I don't know. Are you?
Sure.
I feel like the advice here would be like you should take some action.
Okay.
Like, but it's not gonna be like immediate.
No.
You're gonna have to like kind of like wait some more.
And that's why, 'cause and part of me feels like it needs to be a plan.
Yeah.
Because it needs to be, it could be potentially disruptive.
Yeah.
And the last thing I want to do is disrupt a bunch of people.
Yeah.
So by making it a slow and steady thing, it's not so disruptive.
That makes sense. Well, yeah, and it's kind of like this idea that you get all of your ducks in a row, and then you get something started, and then
Yes.
you wait and see what like kind of the first word back is on that action. So, okay. Now this is what Brendan was talking about. This is a fun decision card, which is just like you have a decision to make. So, so the outcome of this sort of waiting and seeing what happens is going to be you're at a crossroads and you have to make a choice one way or the other. So,
Which the whole thing has movement to it, though. As a result, I think it's like the rumination leads to.
It's mental
planning.
movement. That's why
It's
I love
mental.
the words.
Yes,
Yeah.
exactly. It's mental. It's not like real world stuff, which
Yeah.
is, which is not how I would have normally seen those cards. But I think that's given the question.
yeah, it's really
Yeah.
cool. It's really fun.
Well, not given the question, but given the oracle card again. That's why I'm just thinking, where's the movement happening? You know. So.
This card. She's just like watching all of it. Like,
Yeah.
Yeah, it's like
unfold.
Mother
It's
Teresa
like,
with, yeah, with
Um,
not a burning heart.
That's interesting.
Because it kind of is like the burning heart sort of pose.
Right, but it's not huh.
Mm-hmm.
Huh.
We've got the halo, we've got the vestments,
Mm-hmm.
or the habit, I suppose, you know. And the thumb pose is bizarre.
It doesn't look comfortable.
That thumb in
Bizarre.
particular.
She looks like she's giggling maniacally to me, but
Yeah, that's that Death Grin though, you know. There's a little bit of flash left there.
okay. This decision, okay, and you'll have to tell me if you're given what the situation is. Okay, so this situation that you have to decide upon,
Yes.
it's it's a real mental kind of decision, but it's this idea. Kind of everybody around you has an opinion about it, and you're gonna have to kind of like, not that they have an opinion, but like there's a lot of moving pieces that you have to consider, and this calls for like you have to silence out the emotion, like the still water, right? The emotion is still and silent. Everybody around you needs to shut up. Your perception of everyone around you needs to, quiet, and you have to think about like, what do I want to do here?
Yeah.
Like, it has to be what you want to do. And I think it heralds back to, like, this passion, this excitement. Like, what is getting you excited, And I think it's nice you're worrying about everybody, but maybe you need to worry about you in this particular situation.
Mm. There's a lot of silence.
I know. No, it's nice. No, I like it. I like it.
No, and I mean, I'm thinking about things, and I'm thinking about the scenario in my head, and this thing that's currently, and I do feel like a lot of the things that are said, a lot of the ways that you're interpreting this and expressing this, it all makes sense. I feel like this is the one where, yes, here, part of it is, these are not my decisions alone to make. I can make some of the decisions, but I can't realize the thing that I hope for without other people.
Well, that's even this one. Like, so much of it seems, and not knowing the specific information, but based on the card, a lot of it seems contingent on other things.
Yes.
You can only control you. So this particular decision, it's not going to be about all of these other people involved and what they have to do. It's about you in that moment. I think it's like whatever this comes back as that you're going to be deciding on.
Talk about that again, if you would.
Sure.
Whatever this comes back at.
Right, because this is this idea, you've set everything in motion,
Yes.
you've done all you can for now. So, 3, it's growth. You've gone from like 2, which is like a little wobbly, to like 3, right? That's going to stand on its own. So, you've kind of like sent your ships out, right?
Right.
It's this idea, okay, you've done all you can for right now, and now you have to wait. And once that comes back, you're going to have a decision to make. And it's going to be your decision. It's not, yes, every other people have a role in this, but not this part. Does that make sense?
It does make sense.
Okay.
Yes. Yeah. No, I get something from that.
Yeah, good,
I do get something from that.
Good.
It's kind of, and again, it's reaffirming things that I've already kind of, like, again, you can swim towards with the current. Is there, are you going to be able to get on the shore, or is there going to be a cliff wall there yet? And you're still going to have to float, let it carry you along yet.
You got a lot of water, too. I didn't
Yeah.
think about all the watery kind of...
Imagery in there.
Well, there's obviously water here. Here, that was my mind.
No.
Well, there's
There's
clouds.
like clouds, there's mountains, but like there's water. I think that's water down there, and rocks. Yeah. But like it's angry. The water's a little more angry over here. Here it's just like...
No, but that I think what you said about needing to calm everything, that's what that art's and that's why the art is so important, because not every Two of Swords has
No.
that. Like, if you grab a Two of Swords from his other decks, that could be a very different interpretation.
But I bet you would have come at this from a whole different angle.
Oh, totally.
Yeah.
Again, not that either's right or wrong.
No.
But
I'm
it's just,
kind of curious as how you interpret the whole scene.
So
I know this is kind of anathema to what
Right.
you say, but again,
no, but again, like I think if I was reading this for anybody, I would say that the Nine of Swords is very much rumination. Like if I was pulling this for myself,
Yeah.
even I would say like this is like get out of your own way. That's how I typically look at the Nine of Swords. Like you're making it worse.
Yeah, I agree
Like-
with the you're making it worse.
Yeah, like you're making it worse.
Yeah, but there's also still there is a problem.
There is a problem. Yes, correct. Yeah,
Yeah.
but it's like, but I think especially because a lot of, especially with that artwork, it's like someone sitting up and just being like, "What the hell," you know, kind of thing. Like I read that, I'm like, you know, just, you know, like you just need to go to sleep. You just need to go to sleep. Get a full 8 hours.
Tough tarot,
Yeah,
Dr.
yeah.
Brennan.
No, seriously. Well, but again, that's also some of how my decks interpret things. And again, with the Three of Wands, I think you're spot on. I would have read that basically the same way. Then when it comes to the Two of Swords, the thing that I always get from Two of Swords, and this is me just like personally,
Yeah.
when I see a Two of Swords for people in the decks that I pull, I usually read that as like an impasse. Like
yeah.
where it's like I read this as you need to make a decision. Like not as in like you have two choices. I don't see them as choices. I see them as like you're going left or right.
Yeah.
Like,
yeah,
you gotta pick
one of them's inevitable.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
And that's the word I used
Yeah.
earlier.
No,
is
that's
like, I feel like I'm
yeah.
moving towards something that's
Yeah.
inevitable.
Right. Yeah. So like I view that as like it's coming either way.
Right. Is it going to be better for me to go for
Right,
it?
and that's where
take
some
more
that's
action, have more
where
agency?
that's where the decision making in the Three of Wands, I think, kind of comes in. But again, that's also too because part of it is like when I'm reading for both myself or other people, I'm someone who has anxiety, so like I tend to look at a lot of the problems that come up in tarot as like perspective issues. Like, what am I seeing wrong? Like, that's how I come to a lot of the cards.
Yeah.
Is like, what is, like, whereas, like you were saying, Nick, with the, almost like the fortune cookie type stuff, like, I think some people look at tarot, they want to be reaffirmed. I look at tarot as, like, tell me what I'm missing. And that's usually how I read it for other people.
I am
Yeah.
still thinking about your like impasse thing.
That's how I always look at Two of Swords.
Because I still think it's like even if it is an impasse, you still have a
Yeah.
choice in how you move forward.
See, is she blindfolded?
Not in this one.
Okay, so both of my decks, they're blindfolded.
Yeah, she's usually blind.
Okay, really?
Yeah.
Okay, cool.
Yeah.
Like both of my main decks, she's blindfolded. So like, I look at that as like I typically when I see Two of Swords, I think like, even if you want to know which is the better way, you can't use your perception to know. So that's why you have to concentrate on the decision, not the outcome.
See, that's interesting. I think of it as like
Yeah.
you need to tune out everything around you. Like,
And-
it's real noisy.
Yeah, right, and especially with the calm waters of
Yeah.
the moon, that may like you're like
Yeah.
I think especially with that version of the card, I completely see
Everything
why
seems
you're
to be
reading
at night.
that. This is a very like dark deck, I think.
The whole deck's
The whole deck's
very
dark. Yeah, so like that kind of checks out.
Yeah.
But again, in all three of these, if you look at where the light is on her face. The light is above him and in the distance. The light is in the moon, you know, and I think that like that's probably purposeful from an aesthetic standpoint. So
It does feel very like Dark Night of the Soul kind of.
yeah, not in a bad way. It just is
Yeah.
different. Yeah,
Just lots of swords.
but lots of swords. It's more swords than I anticipated. But,
Swords and sticks.
yeah,
It's,
swords and sticks. Yeah, but no, I really like your interpretation of Dan.
I like yours too.
Yeah.
I mean, it's really fun to talk different perspectives.
Right, and that's what you said earlier, Nick. You go to different tarot
Right.
readers. Like even if we pull the same cards, and you're like, oh, that's so weird. You pulled the same cards. We would naturally give you very different interpretations of the cards.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
So that's part of the fun. You know.
Do you want to take a picture of it?
You know what, Brendan?
I don't have my phone on me. You get my.
Or I do have my phone on me. What do you know?
Yeah.
The problem with rhubarb pie, everybody does a rhubarb and strawberry pie, and that's not bad. It's not a bad thing.
They complement each other.
But they do. A lot of rhubarb pies, though, they make them like pecan pies, and the problem is you can sometimes get them, and it's just little bits of rhrubarb floating in a sea of corn syrup, which is awful.
uncomfortable. I don't like that at all.
No, I agree.
Yeah. Oh.
He's
I'm going to think of a pie-related question.
Well, I was going to go with
Pie-related
the music-related question because
Yeah.
I was thinking too. I told you that in this very building, when I was 13, maybe 14, but I think I was still 13 years old, I found a record here of music from West Virginia, and it had Frank Hutchinson on it. It had, most importantly, Dick Justice. The guy's name was Dick Justice, and he was singing a song called Cocaine. And I bought that record. This was the antique store back then.
okay.
And it was
Ooh, that'd be
downstairs by the back door. There was just like a bin of records.
Yeah.
And that record set me off like learning.
It was very formative.
It was
Yeah.
incredibly formative.
Yeah.
And I didn't have the foresight to mention it that many years ago when the owners started putting on concerts downstairs when they kind of first opened this up. I think they still probably do that.
MJ and Dennis.
Yeah, Dennis and everything. They had me open for some guy. He was a good finger picker from West Virginia. And I didn't have the foresight to put it together like, oh.
Was it him?
No.
Oh.
Dick Justice died in like the 40s. Dick Justice recorded in the late 20s.
Okay, this
Yeah,
went a different
Frank-
direction.
That
I'm sorry.
That would have been wild. That would have been wild.
That was a real story.
Yeah. But no less important.
Yeah.
So
But
I do have that if you want to do that. If you're game.
no, whatever. This is for you, man. Whatever you want to do.
No, whatever you want to do.
All
Tell
right.
me.
All right. I'll ask one more question.
You want to do one more? Okay. Do you want to use the same deck?
You know what? Let's switch it up.
You want to switch it up?
Let's
Okay.
switch it
Do you
up.
want wallpaper or the other
We're
one?
doing wallpaper.
Wallpaper, yeah.
Those definitely were the two that jumped to me.
It is funny how different decks have different like personalities too. Like I have two decks that I'm using right now. One is called a golden thread, which is very, very.
Is that new?
No, I had that for I guess about a year and a half now, but it's very like harsh. Like it's just very like.
You're blunt.
Yeah, it's very like welcome. It is not like nice and soft and fluffy at all. Which is my other deck was my bee deck. It's all like bee themed.
Oh yeah. You've talked about this. And I remember you have on the subject of bees, you have the Golden Girls deck.
Oh, I do. I mean, I have that one here. That's my favorite. That one is actually. That's a good deck.
I can imagine some of those the B Arthur cards.
Seriously, no, but it is just funny how certain decks have certain vibes and everything and personalities, and again it depends on the reader too, obviously.
I love that Golden. Oh, my one friend. He only ever wants the Golden Girls deck. I saw him last year, and I brought a deck to do a reading for him because he lives in Charlotte. And he's like, "Is it the Golden Girls deck?" And I'm like, "I forgot it." He's like, "I don't want one."
No point. No point at all.
There's no point.
This is like watching you shuffle those because you were able to do the bridge and everything with this massive deck. It's like somebody that played with Legos watching somebody play with Duplo blocks. It's like everything's bigger.
Yeah. I can't do that with the Baroque one.
Yeah.
What question are we doing?
Okay, so Brendan wanted a music question, and he's right. Like I have definitely gone through a bunch of different things. I'm kind of doing like 8 things at once with music at all times. I spent my afternoon making modern or transcribing old 19th century parlor banjo pieces from American A tuning to concert C tuning.
I love this.
So in the 1880s, Americans mostly used A tuning, and they tuned their banjos a minor third lower than what is called C tuning, which is for modern players. The 4th string is C, C, G, B, D, and then you have a high G, which is higher. The British developed that, and so in the 1890s, most Americans started shifting over to that. But a lot of the tunes I want to play are in A tuning,
right.
and I don't want to have to like relearn the topography of the fretboard, so I just rewrite them in C tuning.
Does that take a long time?
It can. I have to make like a map of the A tuning. I have the C. I have C tuning, and I have open G memorized. Just remember because that's where I live most of the time. But that's just to say like. But I do that same thing for Hawaiian guitar. I do that same thing for just Spanish guitar, and just what we think of as guitar is Spanish.
A lot
guitar.
of transcribing. Yeah.
But also just writing out. There's so much music that I do where it's like I'm not. All music has a cultural component, right? And there is the only overlapping culture is the culture of musicians.
Okay.
Musicians are musicians wherever they are,
Sure.
right? And so I have never felt weird about being like, okay, July 19th, I'm going to be playing in a Slovenian Oberkrainer band. Like, that is not my culture in any way.
Cool.
But they're musicians, and that whole community's been extremely welcoming to me. There are a couple things, though, where I've been, like, I've started and stopped exploring, where it's definitely, like, not only am I a musician, but, like, this is also culturally familiar to me. Mm-hmm. And I can't get it. Like, I can't hack it.
Oh.
Uh-huh. So it's like, well, is it because I was just a dilettante and I just kind of, like, got my feet wet and I didn't make the commitment like I had to all these other things? So, like, playing Piedmont-style guitar is definitely of the culture for me. It's American. Right. Playing the old time is it's not just American. It's the region I live. Mm-hmm. But trying to play the Acadians, the Cajun stuff. Yeah, I've struggled with. Even though you're Franco-American. You're from Louisiana. You already play 3 other different types of diatonic button accordion. Why
is this other one?
Why is this? Yeah, why can't you get the feel of this? Mm-hmm. These rhythms should be, you heard them growing up. And I'm just kind of curious, is like I said, I should calm down. I should be like, you can't learn everything you want to do. Mm-hmm. Can you appreciate a thing? Can you get a sense of direction? And maybe I've always felt like, I have some friends that are just amazing players. Yeah. But they're so focused. They're so specialized.
Oh, are you saying
do I need
instead
to
of being
focus?
jack of all trades, do you?
Yeah. I'm kind of curious if there's something that we could reflect on that would maybe give some, like, are you destined to be like the Mike Seeger sort of character, which is not a bad archetype. Right. Where it's like, you're recognized as being really good at these couple things, but you dabble in all of this, and you're trying to kind of preserve something, I guess. Or do you become specialized? And I guess I feel like specialization, the concerns are that you pigeonhole yourself, you don't scratch all the itches that you feel, and is specializing to feel like, is feeling like you're really accomplished just you trying to find a way to become known for something. And I don't think I want to be motivated by, like, seeking out the approval of other people. Like, am I doing what I'm doing because I enjoy the exploration?
Right, like, I think that, like, with this question specifically, I hadn't thought of it like this before, but, like, are you doing all these different things because that's what you really want to be doing? Or are you doing all these things because you're seeing what's going to hit? Yeah.
I hadn't even thought about it.
Until right now I hadn't thought about it.
What's going to hit, like, what am I going to fall into that I'm like, this feels very natural?
Right, yeah.
Or,
I don't know. So
like,
you almost want to know, like, do I keep searching?
Yeah. Yeah, have I found, like, the 3 things that, like, not only are they good feeling, not only do you enjoy it, but maybe you should focus on, like, those 3 things as opposed to even just one thing. And if you am I feeling like, because this is where I'm from, or the people who are playing this style that I can't hack have, like, the same last names as me? Like, is that just me kind of, like, am I looking at the wrong thing?
Yes, it's
because the overlapping thing is, like, the overlapping cultural thing is musicians. Mm-hmm. That's the one group,
It's the first order.
Yeah.
That,
Region and ethnicity are secondary to that, I feel. Right. Because if it weren't for that, like, Hawaiian guitar made huge impacts on Indian raga music, classical Indian raga music. You know, so much Hawaiian music is because of Portuguese cabinet makers. You know, string band music of American Appalachian region is a synergy of African tones and Scotch-Irish melodies.
Right.
These are huge oversimplifications, but it's these are the sort of things. Do I just need to stop looking at that and just start going like, well, what is naturally you? Does that make sense?
Yeah.
And maybe focus on what I feel has hit.
Yeah.
This is almost too specific, whereas the last one was like too vague. I feel like almost.
I'm trying to just think of the best way to frame it.
Right.
Into
I am too. I'm throwing everything out.
Yeah. Because it's like I don't want to like just like a yes or a no is not
Right.
is no good. So I mean, I almost feel like we don't need a spread. Just like pull a handful and see what comes up.
I almost wonder if I think I
Or it needs narrowed more.
I think it needs a 3 card. I think one for like if we're saying like, are you focusing on lots of stuff? Or
we can do 2 columns.
Am I spread too thin, or
yeah, I think the 2 columns.
Because we could do like benefits of specializing, like drawbacks of specializing.
Right. And then benefits of focusing and drawbacks of focusing.
Wait, isn't focusing and specializing?
No, sorry, I did backwards.
What would the other one be? Like just everything?
No, like keep almost like continue
Keep searching.
just stay on the path that you're on?
Yeah, right. Because who knows? Maybe like. See, I always say that it's not supposed to be divination, but so much of it is like, have I found, like, are you in the right area, or do you even need to go out further? Is probably what I'm thinking too.
Yeah.
But again, like figuring out how to frame these questions is part of the.
Yeah, I started having it at the National Button Recording Festival. I started having a conversation first. It was about the Cyrillic alphabet, but then it was about the B-graph system, and then it was about like, well, do I need to learn another system, or do I need to spend time harvesting repertoire?
Right.
And that was, that we were.
So I wonder if
a friend of Cody and I were debating the merits of that.
I wonder if it has to go back one order further into like asking about your motivation around like what it's not so much like what direction do I go with music, but why do you feel the need to even like see that as a divergence?
Well, that makes me think you just do like a basic past, present, future.
Almost.
Why was I doing this in the past? Like, why am I doing it now? Like, what do I need to be doing in the future?
That's I think
let me just say this, because we talked about earlier, you can have that hallway vision.
Yeah.
Like when you ask me, like, well, why do you play music? Why did you start? The thing I would tell you, the thing I consider is like I've always just had to do it. Ever since I was 12 is when I started kind of in earnest.
Exploration of that.
Right.
Yeah.
That would be to see like, well, what, like, because again, so much of the conversation we had opening up was about
what used to motivate you with music.
Yeah.
What motivates you now.
And I would say it's the same thing today, but
right. But that's why the cards might be interesting. Yeah.
That's exactly what I'm saying.
Yeah. Yeah, because you're right. The answer, it might be that it's always been the same, but the cards might say something different. Like maybe you didn't. Like I know if like I was being brutally honest with myself, like I probably did music back in the day because like I wanted to be around other people who were doing music, and now I'm doing it now because I'm not so much worried about the social element, but I really like the introspection of it. But that doesn't mean I'm not going to want to do it for a different reason in the future, So, but again, that's why the cards are so important.
I think we start there.
Yeah.
And then if something gets that might.
Yeah, I think motivation for music, past, present, future.
Okay, let's do that.
And see how.
What's going to be really funny is that the camera's going to be watching itself.
Oh, I thought about that too.
Yeah.
Is it?
Yeah, because it's like pointed right.
It's very meta.
It's very meta.
Inception.
Yeah.
Alright, which pile?
I feel like I'm going to go with this one.
Okay. And she still applies. She's still
Yeah,
presiding.
absolutely.
It's still movement, yeah.
She is the icon of the deck.
Yeah.
Okay, past, present, future.
So pass is that.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Yep. And then I'll flip them over so they make sense for you.
Nine of
You got the
Swords
Nine
again.
of Swords again. I
Oh.
shuffle this deck all the way.
Is that like the Joker or
Well, so it gives you a
Oh, that's
choose your own?
So you know-
given,
what's
given the question.
That's funny.
That's actually really
Yeah, see, because I have two of these decks.
Okay.
I have an emergency deck in my car,
just in case you
That's
break
right, yeah.
down.
which I've actually used.
Yeah.
I've had a tarot emergency, but
Put the light on
Yeah.
the hood.
that's so funny.
No, that's-
and I forgot that was even. And I've
that's
shuffled
really,
this one,
that's really strange.
but I didn't like do a walkthrough of it because I have it.
I have a very specific interpretation of that, but I want
You
to
got the whole,
Write your-
you got the whole,
write your
yeah,
own,
write it
you
down if you
decide.
need to.
No, yeah.
I can tell you right now, you're deciding your own
Yeah.
in your. But this Knight of Swords,
The future is literally unwritten.
Yeah.
it is unwritten. It's yours to write.
Wow.
Yeah.
All right.
'Cause- Well, okay. Let me start with. Okay, here. That's
Yeah.
insane. Because
That's so weird.
Okay.
No,
Page. Okay. So Page of Wands is like pages are kind of. They've found themselves in a new realm, and they're new there because it's new. I'm gonna keep saying new.
Oh, yeah.
They are like very curious. So this is this idea that in the past, they're also young. In your youth, in the past, when you started pursuing music, it was like the passion of it. Like again, with the wands and the fire and the excitement, it was like, this is, I am learning this and I'm so excited to learn it. Like
Yeah.
it's this idea that like, it's not like school where it's like, I have to learn this. It's like, I want to absorb everything I can about this. So, which from everything you've said makes total sense about this being where you started with music. This is interesting to me because I don't, no, maybe not. Because in the present, you're kind of talking about, based on everything you've just said, it's like you kind of feel pulled in all these directions. Like it sounds like you're stressed out about what to do.
Yeah.
And what your motivations are, and why am I doing this? Like, this is, again, it's a very heavy mental card, but this one's so different than the other 9.
Yeah. This one looks tortured.
And it's very, like, vulnerable. It's like such a, like, with the, like, lack of clothing, like, it's a very vulnerable character, it's a very tortured character. I mean, what keeps popping into my head is, like, a tortured musician, like a tortured artist, almost. Like, it's so different from where you started. It's like you're thinking about it too much.
And as we said, you think about happiness, you think about contentment, and it tends to
Yeah.
go away with the thought.
And this is, that's insane.
That's so weird.
It's up to you. The future's unwritten.
Yeah. Well, I guess again. All right. And I apologize. I don't know what's
You
going
want some
on.
more?
Yeah. All right. I can't say no to that twice.
Brendan, do you want
No,
some?
I'm good. Thank you, Ryan. No.
Thank you very much.
You're welcome.
Now you had something very specific you saw
Yes.
when you saw
So
it.
yeah,
And
so
I'll tell
I
you my
see,
thing.
yeah, and again, this is where like it's hard to read for your friends because like I have the benefit of knowing Nick since we were little. So like I see the page and I think like passion kind of thing. It's like, okay, well, if it's like why did I play music? Why am I playing music? And why will I play music? I see it as you were playing music because of the passion. Now I see the 9 and everything as like the complexity is almost part of it.
Yeah.
And like, and that
yeah.
could be like not saying that's good or bad, but like you probably are doing because you really enjoy like digging into these little nuances and everything, which is not the same as doing it for like just the passion. But it sounds like in you asking the question, there's a little bit of conflict there.
I've got things that you're making me think about.
Yeah.
Go on. I'll
And
tell you.
again, it's not saying either one of those is right or wrong, good or bad, but they are different. And then when I see the literal blank card, I see that as you don't know why you're going to do it in the future. Like you have whatever the motivation is, it is not currently in your. It's not currently in your view. So like I see that as a super hopeful card and something that is like you don't know why you're going to do it in the future.
Yeah.
But it's something that isn't even on your radar.
The quote, like, you do it because you have to, not because you know why.
Yeah, exactly. Which to me is a very that's a really cool card. Like, I'd almost rather get that than be like, oh, you're going to do it because you love it. You're going to do it because it's fun. It's like, no, like, you don't even know why you're going to do it, but it's going to keep happening.
Well,
you know?
So if we had kept with that other deck, that's only in here.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like, it's only this version of this deck.
It's so strange.
Yeah.
So strange.
So what I think about when I see this, and when I think about like who I was and when I was starting, my goodness, I definitely was very young, and it was more about something to do, and it was kind of like there was an archetype set already. Like you grow up in America, you have a garage, you have a basement. That's one of the avenues you can go. And if you're a certain type of person, you might go down that avenue. But I definitely wasn't doing it thinking like I'm going to be anything good at it or I'm going to be accomplished. Yeah. It was just I get it and I learned enough to do it. I learned enough to do it with other people and go out and do it with other people and be something of a spectacle. I was motivated because of how much I liked seeing those spectacles before and being envious. And I think now, like it kind of said some of the things I do, but it's definitely more about the preservation of time and of art,
right,
and the exploration of culture and culture through music, and even language gets tied into that. And so I would see this point right now is so it's very much that. It's very much, in music I always say there's a bell curve. There are people that are all ear. And there are people that are all book. A lot of classical players are very book oriented. Kids that did high school jazz band, even though it says jazz, they're very book oriented.
Yeah.
There are people that can play amazing, but they couldn't tell you anything that they're doing. Those are the outliers.
Right. Yeah.
Most of us live somewhere in the middle, and I've kind of leaned more towards book. It's been very much an academic thing for me.
That's your swords. It's the intellectualizing.
Yeah.
So there have been musical cultures that I've explored that have been more open than others, where people are just excited that you're there, and there have been a lot of people that have given me a lot of knowledge and stories, and I feel like my overthinking about it's more like what is my motivation for exploring this, or my concern is that I'm torturing myself by saying not only is what is my motivation for exploring this type of music, but also why should I explore this type of music when you've already got these pots on the stove? Because I've received a degree of recognition for certain things, does that mean I have an obligation to continue to maintain those skills? Does it mean that I have an obligation? And I feel like in part I do, but it's like, is playing music about enjoyment for me? And I would say, like my question about, is it giving me anxiety to have rehearse conversations? And I would say like, at this point, I have to, because I don't know if I didn't, I don't know what I would be. I wouldn't even know who I was.
This makes me slightly change what I'm... Because while you were talking, what I kept looking at, like, this card is so busy, and this is nothing.
It was a busy question I came in with.
Yeah, but it's like this, where you are now, it's so much, and it's almost like, I think you need to, like, start from scratch.
It would be so funny if you're like, you know what? I'm just getting into EDM now.
That's
like, just like, you know what? Like
all these folk traditions.
Just you with like a Casio keyboard making like, Like
Urban grind
It has
pop.
to be one of those guitar keyboards.
urban grind pop. Yeah, exactly. Like, but again, with not knowing why you're gonna do it in the future, like if that's what that card is saying, maybe it is something like that where it's just like blank slate kind of thing. Like who like in there's but there that's scary, but it's also like or almost like the progression from like passion, intellectualizing.
Well,
I think you're putting too much pressure on the like when you started, you weren't thinking about your motivation.
no.
Right.
And that seems to be when it brought you. I mean, not that it doesn't bring you joy, but now it just seems to come with all this baggage
Yeah.
as to the why. And maybe the why isn't so.
I will say
relevant.
that in the young days, the recognition that was received was only peer recognition.
Right.
Was the only
Which is
positive
different, which is
recognition. All the outside recognition was usually negative.
It was usually very
But
negative.
now it's really weird because it's all the recognition is really positive. Like regardless of what I'm doing.
Right. Yeah, I mean, you've come a long way from like the best what was it the best Black Flag ripoff band?
Oh yeah. So one time after we had played a show,
Yeah.
we were at a diner somewhere in central western Pennsylvania, and some guy came up to Brendan and asked if we were in this band.
Yeah.
And Brendan answered in the affirmative. I think I was looking at the pie case at
Probably.
the time. But
Was it rhubarb?
I don't think
Probably
so.
not.
If there's rhubarb, that country kitchen I was at earlier, they did not have it today, but they have had a rhubarb cream cheese tart on the menu in the past, and you should get it.
That sounds rough.
If by rough you mean
No, it sounds like it's like a lot. Like that's.
it was really good.
I'm sure. I
It was
believe
really good.
it.
Christine liked it.
Yeah.
Anyhow, he said we were the greatest, like, flux of pink Indians
Black Flag
ripoff he had ever heard.
I remember just being like, thank you.
You.
That's really.
You know, that's not what we were necessarily going
No,
for, but
it's
this
not.
is where we found ourselves. And
You know.
I love tube disasters.
Yeah, I know.
Um,
It's so weird. I was literally listening to Flux Pink Indians the other week. It's so weird.
of all
Of
the,
all the weird bands.
yeah.
Anyway.
No, I'm trying to come back to it. So it's the figures that I have admired the most are they're really talented, but more than that, they're kind of librarians. And I'm thinking of people like Mike Seeger,
Right.
who I already mentioned, but I'm also thinking of Al Meixner, who was a polka guy up in the northeast of PA, and everybody talks about him with like revered tones because he had this library of music that he just sheet music and recordings as well. And I guess the people I've always admired the most in it, even when I was young, they were not. It wasn't about them receiving accolades. It wasn't about them receiving mass attention. It was largely for the sheer love of it, and there's a big part of it that was a preserving act. So maybe the future is more like just as long as that's, if you're following that, you're following like you look towards people because you hope, you wear that mask for a long
Right.
time, you hope at some point that you resemble that thing because you admire that, you respect that. Yeah. And maybe that's it. Just stay, it's blank because you can just stay the course.
That's one way to look at it, yeah.
Right, but do you always stay like admiring someone, or eventually do you like become your own thing?
That's kind of, I guess, to be determined. I feel like there's been a couple things I've done lately where I've recognized that like either I'll give two very quick stories, just like finding a niche, like, oh, this is not only the thing that I really love, but this is something that I really want to hear, and I don't think other people are doing it. I'm doing that, and I'm really proud of that.
Yeah.
And how do I share that? Because it's not about getting everyone to love you. It's about sharing that more.
Yeah.
And putting it out there for the people that would also love that. For the last 2 years, so every year I play at the National Button Accordion Festival, and it's the most fun I have all year. The last 2 you're in there with guys like Fred Zivich and Marge Ford, like people have been around forever, and are just amazing. And everybody, like if you're in that world, you know their names. Like Fred, that's all he does. That's his living. He tours the world playing accordions and like 5 other instruments. And I'm amidst all these people. Last year, this woman came in, and a couple people ran to get me, and they're like, "There's this woman. She's looking for you." And I'm like, "Oh, that's my wife," because she was going to come for the day for a little bit. She probably didn't know where I'm at. Well, no, it was somebody. There was a young woman, and she had bought a Cajun accordion, and she didn't. She was trying to figure it out, and in that sphere with all these, like Cody, for example, I mentioned earlier, having a conversation about, he was the accordionist for the Tamburitsins.
I'm Croatian.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Yeah. Well, there you go. So Cody was with the touring group, and he played Seagriff, chromatic button accordion, and he played some of the Starajsha harmonica for the Tamburitsins. Anyway, we to be among people like that, and that whole group, everyone's like, "Oh, there's only one person you can go to, and it's Nick."
That's crazy.
It's like it's really is really nice, because I wouldn't go like I'm an expert on this, and the exact same thing happened this year too. There was a young woman and her husband, and they had found a Hohner 113, which is a type of it's a single row button accordion with spoon bases, and everybody there's like, well, you need to meet Nick. Nick's the only. He has books for sale over there. He'll just give them to you though, and that sort of recognition maybe is what. Maybe it's confirmation that I'm coming into that sort of thing that I've always looked towards. It's not about self-aggrandizing, as it's just about being able to share much with other people.
I like that.
Well, because I feel like I'm a very bad salesperson, because I always feel like to do something to push yourself up and forward, it should never be trusted. It's always felt really icky to me.
I know what you mean. Yeah.
Huh. I turned to Brendan to make sure that
you're right.
I'm being some bullshit artist.
No. But again, I still think that last card means whatever's going to motivate you in the future isn't even on your radar, which I think is very exciting. So,
I just love how this is so noisy. It's like
nothing.
Peace.
Yeah, exactly. No, and that's why. Yeah,
that is a really.
That's a nice way of looking at it too. I completely agree.
Are there busier cards in that?
Yeah. Equally busy. Yeah. That one's very busy. This was wild.
An interesting pull.
You're not just saying that.
No, you have to take this.
Really?
Yeah, take it.
On my person?
Yes, take it so you can.
You sure?
So you can remember your future's a blank page.
Well, we'll have to take a photo of this one too, then.
Yeah, that'll have to be the album. The album art, the episode art.
Put her back up.
Yeah.
Well, this will become important.
No.
I think it will.
I think it will too.
Yeah.
And if nothing else, I can take it and be like, can we make this wallpaper?
Can we wallpaper our house since this night in stone?
We have plaster walls.
Well, thank you so much, David. This has been fantastic.
I'm so glad you guys came. This was really fun.
Yeah, no, I'm glad you had a good time too. Hopefully, first of many readings you get as a result of being on our show. So you never know.
Yeah.
Never know. But yeah, if anyone out there is looking for a tarot reading, Black Cat Tarot here in Harmony, Pennsylvania.
It's right in the square. You can't miss it.
Yeah, it's a great spot. And it's funny. I know no one else is here, right?
No one else is here. Did you hear something?
I kept seeing something. Let's go check. So this building, everyone, is old as hell. Ugh, that skeleton! Jesus Christ! Jesus Christ! Oh my God! Oh.
It was
okay.
when you came in.
No, it's been there for a while. Okay, so for everyone who didn't catch that, I kept seeing something pop out of right here, around this corner, And I turn around, and what you see at the end of the hallway there is a skeleton sitting on a chair holding a guitar. That made my heart jump like you guys have no idea. So, wow. Okay, that's enough of that for today, everybody.